Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and welcome back to another video for Destiny.
NANI?
Yes, it's been a very long time, and today I wanted to talk about the most recent announcement that dropped yesterday. Bungie got together and they did a little live stream talking about some of the stuff that will be coming to Destiny, not only in the short-term future, but also in the longer roadmap. I'm talking 2021, 2022, plans for next gen, plans for future content, basically plans for what they intend to do with Destiny in the foreseeable future. Now, yes, I know, I haven't played Destiny for a long time. I'll be completely transparent, the last time I logged on was Black Armory. So the purpose of today's video is not for those of you guys that are actively playing Destiny, because you know all of this. I mean, if you missed yesterday's stream and you want a recap, by all means, sit back, enjoy, because that's exactly what we're doing today. But the purpose of today's video is more so for people like me. If you guys stop playing Destiny and you're like, you know what? I've heard a lot of chatter. People seem to be getting excited about this new announcement. What do I need to know? That's what this video is. This video is basically what you need to know about the Destiny roadmap for returning players. So if you do enjoy this, you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you are excited. Let me know if this is potentially going to make you return. And of course, if you do want to catch more videos, whether it be Destiny or other stuff, don't forget to turn on notifications because we're at an exciting time of year. There's lots of cool gaming stuff happening and you definitely don't want to miss some of the videos we have coming your way. Also, very quickly, this doesn't mean to say that I'm necessarily coming back to Destiny. What I will say is that I have always been a fan of Destiny. I've played since the alpha of the very first game, and while I have stopped playing over the past year because there hasn't really been enough to draw me back into the game, it is still a franchise that I watch and monitor to find out what's going on because I do very much intend to jump back in at some point. I've kind of just been waiting for the right time. So, with that being said, let's talk Destiny stuff. So the very first thing we're talking about is, of course, Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Yes, okay, admittedly, if we're talking about timeline, there is some stuff happening right now. There's the Season of Arrival, so if you guys are active Destiny players, then this current season gives you a chance to jump into a new dungeon, get some new armor, new exotics, that kind of stuff. But let's be honest, for those of us that are lapsed players, that content, it's not going to work for us. We're going to be undergeared, we're going to be underprepared. It's not really our time to jump back in. So let's talk about what we really care about. What's next? Destiny 2 Beyond Light. That is the next thing on the horizon. September the 22nd this year, that'll be launching for Destiny. That is the next sizable update. The current update that dropped yesterday is a seasonal update, but see Destiny 2 Beyond Light as a new big sizable expansion. With that, we'll get to go to a new unexplored location, Europa, which honestly, I'm genuinely excited about because Europa, I love snowy environments, and Europa is one of those concept arts we've seen since the beginning of Destiny, but it's a place we've never actually been able to visit. So the fact that we get to go to Europa in Beyond Light is incredibly exciting. Europa is the birthplace of the EXO, and it's also one of the sites of a newly discovered active pyramid ship. Obviously, you know, those ships that we've seen for a long time, hoping that finally they'll arrive so we can find out what it's all about. Well, yes, admittedly they're still not here yet, but they're gradually making their way, so we are getting ever closer to finding out what those are. Because that's one of those mysteries, right? If you guys have been playing Destiny for a while, that's one of those mysteries that we definitely wanted to find out about, and it kind of ended before, and Bungie were like, yeah, no, we're going to tell you that story later. So finally, we're going to get to find out. Now, one of the most important things, one of the most exciting things, is that with this new expansion, Beyond Light, I mean, it's kind of in the name, we will finally get a new damage type, a new element, and a new subclass. We will be able to wield the darkness. Now, this is something, again, that I've wanted for quite some time. I mean, the darkness, you know, it's a pretty exciting prospect, and the fact is, this is now going to be introduced not just as a new super, not just as a new grenade, it will be a new subclass in and of itself. You'll be able to discover it. There'll, of course, be a narrative beat to it to kind of get to it and unlock the darkness powers, but again, it will also be a new damage type that will sit alongside Solar, Arc, and Void, meaning you'll also be able to get darkness elemental weapons, which is incredibly exciting. So that should, you know, for a lot of the time, it's been a case of new content comes and it's cool to experience it, but we're still experiencing it with those same subclasses, with those same elements. This is the first time since Destiny launched that they've added a brand new damage type, which again, is pretty exciting. They'll of course show us more about stasis later on in the year, but for the time being, that is Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Launching September 22nd this year, giving us a chance to go to a new place, get some new stuff, do all that cool stuff, and honestly, that might be my chance to jump back in. It might be one of those times where typically whenever there's a sizable update like that, there's normally some kind of level boost just to get you back up to speed. I'm sincerely hoping so because I'm massively behind. So yeah, if that's the case, that might be one of the times to jump back in, because being able to jump back in and mess around with the new Darkness subclass, Darkness element, is going to be pretty sweet. But anyway, that is the immediate or kind of not too distant future. But what about even further? What is next? Well, this is, according to the developers, just the beginning. In 2021, there is going to be the Witch Queen expansion. This also will include a brand new destination, never before seen, and of course with all that, the kind of typical story content and all the stuff you would come to expect. And then in 2022, there will be Lightfall, which again will also include a new destination, brand new content, all that good stuff. And these three releases, Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and Lightfall, basically represent a new era in Destiny. They're also working on lots of smaller things. They said they've got lots of kind of quality of life changes coming. They're actually working on a transmog system, like a proper transmog system, which is kind of cool. But more importantly, this lays the foundation for the future of Destiny, because it is a series, it's a franchise they want to continue to support. It is one of those questions, people have often been wondering, are they going to be, I've often said before, when people have said to me, hey, you coming back to Destiny? I was like, I'm probably going to wait for Destiny 3 because I figured that's what they would do. But they actually said during the live stream, they have no intention of making a sequel like that, because if they were to do that, it would then mean they would need to stop supporting Destiny 2. So what they would rather do is continue with the idea of this being an evolving world and evolving franchise, and then keep it all in Destiny 2. But what about next gen, I hear you ask? Because of course, with the new consoles around the corner, that of course lays the foundation for, potential future expansions, things like that. Well, rather fortunately, Destiny will of course be spanning its way into the next generation. We've seen this before. Of course, Destiny originally launched on 360 PS3. You were then able to move over to the current gen consoles, and we're going to be able to do that again. The nice thing is, finally, next-gen support for Destiny 2 will allow the game to run at 60 FPS and 4K on the next-gen hardware. This is something that we've been wanting for quite some time, and honestly, a lot of people kind of thought maybe we might have got it when it came to, Destiny 2 launch. Alas, we did not, but finally, you will be getting it on the next-gen systems. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are sitting there thinking, well, hold on a minute, they're just going to sell me the game again. Actually, they're not. Whatever you own right now, whether it be on PS4 or Xbox One, that will come with you to the next generation completely free. You will literally be able to upgrade within your ecosystem. So if you have a PS4 and you go to PS5, you'll be able to bring Destiny with you, all the content you've purchased previously, completely free, and continue playing in 4K, 60 FPS on next-gen hardware. Same for Xbox. If you own an Xbox One, you can move over to Series X. Thanks to smart delivery and whatnot, you will then be able to, again, bring everything with you and carry on as you were playing. Furthermore, for those of you maybe that kind of have friends that don't necessarily want to upgrade to the next-generation console straight away, you won't be leaving them behind, because they are going to be working on intergenerational crossplay within the console ecosystem. What does that mean? That basically means if you have PS4, you'll be able to play with PS5 players. If you're on Xbox One, you'll be able to play with Xbox Series X players. So even if, say, you decide to upgrade to Series X on day one, but your friend doesn't upgrade until the next year, you can still raid together, you can still play together, it'll be fine. Additionally, they are planning, admittedly they don't have a roadmap for this just yet, but they did say that while this year's focus is on working on intergenerational platform-specific crossplay, they did say that next year they are aiming to try and do global crossplay. That is, all platforms playing together. PC, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, all that jazz, that is something that they want to aim for. So again, pretty exciting. So if you do want to pick it up, and again, you're looking kind of one of those things where you want to continue playing it, maybe moving into the next generation, then rest assured you will be able to carry on your adventure. Now, the last thing worth noting is legacy content. They basically said during the live stream that one of the challenges they have is that with an evolving game, with an evolving kind of, world like this, when you're continually adding content, the game does get exponentially bigger. It gets to the point where it is far too large to efficiently maintain, to efficiently patch and run and everything like that. So they're going to be introducing something called the Destiny Content Vault. This is basically their solution that allows them to continue to support Destiny 2, as opposed to having to just make a sequel and then forget it. This allows them to continue to build in the world thanks to the Vault. What will basically happen is each year, as a new expansion comes out, they will then look back at previous content, less played content. Keep in mind, it's not just going to be like, hey, I played this yesterday and it's gone. They're going to look back and find content that is considerably older, much less played, and that will then go into the Destiny content vault. Doesn't mean it'll be gone forever, but it will be cycled out for a period of time, thus making the game smaller, easier to maintain, easier to manage, and let's be honest, it puts the focus on the stuff you actually care about. Like if there's a strike that nobody ever plays and everybody hates, there's no point leaving it in the game, it's just really annoying. So they'll put that into the Destiny content vault, but they said they're not just going to be taking things out. By putting things into the vault, it allows them to add other stuff back in. That also means they can bring back Destiny 1 content. That means that if there's stuff that they want to kind of allow people to experience that maybe they missed if they were new in Destiny 2, they can bring it back. They're not just going to bring it back in its current form, they'll obviously do some work to it, bring it up to speed, make sure it works with the current gen systems and whatnot, but that does mean you can think of it like a kind of Destiny greatest hits. They said one example is the Cosmodrome is coming back with all of its 3 original strikes. That includes Sepix Prime. That is going to be pretty sweet. And Luke specifically said he was even kind of talking about Vault of Glass coming back. They'll obviously make some changes to it, but one of the favourite raids from Destiny 1, seeing that come back would also be cool. Now, obviously, again, I'm going to say I'm much more excited about new content. I'll be very open and say that there is a ton of repeated content. I mean, every single time I follow an announcement, even if I'm not playing the game, and it's like, hey, this weapon is coming back, I'm just like, all right. It's cool, everybody loves it, but give me something new. So I am much more focused, much more excited about new stuff, but at the same time, being able to revisit some older content in the interim is always going to be a welcome addition. Provided it doesn't sacrifice additional content, provided it is not in place of brand new content, it's all completely cool. But either way, that's basically their solution to allow them to maintain the game, continue to grow it, and basically get rid of content and kind of cycle out content that people don't necessarily play too much. If you want some more details about specifically how the Destiny content vault will work, I'll link an article down below, but that is basically top level. So, that is your rundown. Assuming you haven't been playing Destiny for quite some time and you're wondering whether you should be coming back, that is basically what you need to know. In the short term, we have an expansion this year that allows us to use the darkness, which sounds quite exciting, and I might jump back in for myself. We also then have more stuff to look forward to in 2021 and 2022, so the life cycle for Destiny is going to be quite long. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.